Hello guys, my name is Juan Carlos and it's such a pleasure that you are knowing a little bit more about this amazing neighborhood that it's called the Los Pepines neighborhood. It's one of the most important neighborhoods here around the city and also one of the characteristics ones. So today we have a street art walking tour through one of the most important neighborhoods, as I told you, and we have this place, the Los Pepines neighborhood. It's a very old neighborhood from Santiago de los Caballeros, and in the past used to be a little bit of contaminated, lots of trash around the street and pollution and etc. And nowadays it's the main attraction for tourists to come here in the city. So how does this process of street art start? This process of street art started on 2016 by the hand of the City Hall. What the City Hall did, they put together all the most famous artists from the city and they create their own collective of artists. So all of the paints that you are going to see in this video are from local artists from the city. They are like kind of like 15 or 20 artists. So let's do it. This beautiful mural was painted by Anicha de Luna, and she won the first mural contest here in the city. She won 150,000 of Dominican pesos thanks to giving this beautiful art to the city, to Santiago. And this art, it's about the recycling process, that it's something new here in the city and people are getting to know more a little bit of recycling. We have here the Sun Street and the monument that is the main symbol from Santiago de los Caballeros. And people like you, tourists, come to the city and looking at. Okay guys, let's talk a little bit about Santiago de los Caballeros. Santiago de los Caballeros, named after 30 aristocrats, followed Christopher Columbus and settled here in 1495. Santiago was the capital from the Dominican Republic until it suffered an earthquake in 1562. Santiago nowadays is the second largest city in the Dominican Republic, and its nickname is the Heart City thanks to its location in the center of the Cibao Valley. It's a thriving modern city full of financial centers, shops, education, and houses like these ones. This type of houses is a very famous style here in Santiago de los Caballeros and in many other cities from the DR. This Victorian style, neoclassic. The construction of this house specifically was in 1916 with the first American intervention here in the Dominican Republic. And his owner used to be Juan Espaillat. Something amazing is that they tried to keep it in a really good condition, because these type of houses are passing by a really bad moment here in the city, because some of them are being destroyed by unknown people that want the space that these houses are. Something amazing also is that we are in the center, in the historic center from Santiago de los Caballeros. Right here we have this another amazing mural, and it's from Juan Gutierrez, and we can see some beautiful animals right here. And something really bad is that upstairs right here we can see lots of trash. So what's the meaning of this? Pollution. These beautiful animals are the ones that suffer because of those trash. Whales found dead with more than 60 plastic bags in their stomachs, and many more animals, the turtles also. And this artist, Juan Gutierrez, wants to send a message because this is what muralism is about. This mural is about the recycling process. As I told you, the recycling process is something new here in the city, and the people from the neighborhood are getting used to. And here, this mural was painted by Omar Hernandez, and we can see some different materials, plastic, organics, glass, etc. And this neighborhood is the first neighborhood that has a recycling point in the whole city. So every Tuesday people go there and they bring their trash, and inside they classify everything. I'm gonna show you in a few minutes. Here we have one of our founder fathers. His name is Matias Ramon Mella. He used to live here, not exactly this building, but his house used to be here in this location. And Matias Ramon Mella was one of our founder fathers with Juan Pablo Duarte and Francisco de Rosario Sanchez. Together they found La Trinitaria, that was considered one of the most important foundations for that time. And here, Juan Pablo Duarte and Matias Ramon Mella, they gave a shake hand before leaving the country in 1844, when we became independent from Haiti. The independence of the Dominican Republic was in 1844. And let's take a look to the murals that are right here. These murals are about the Dominican independence against Haiti. Here we have Matias Ramon Mella, the guy that used to live here, and Juan Pablo Duarte in the middle, and Francisco de Rosario Sanchez. They three were our founder fathers. Right now we are in a very cultural spot. It's called La Casa del Son de Don Antonio Queca. In English we can say Mr. Queca's house. And that is a very famous spot because every Sunday, people get reunited here and they start to dance Cuban son and salsa music. Listening to Cuban son, it's very popular. Lots of very famous Cuban son artists have been here, and also Dominicans that plays son. And every Sunday there is a live band also, and people use the street as the dance floor. Over here, they close the street from that side to that side over there, and it's something very amazing. And I love to see people dancing, and even more when it's something really cultural as what happens here. Okay, so here I am right now with Mr. Fernando. He sells Mavi. Mavi is a very famous drink from the Dominican Republic and from the Caribbean, and it's made from the fermentation of the fruit. It's like a kombucha drink that people love it, and we have many flavors from fruit. And here I am with Mr. Fernando that he's gonna give us some words.
Bueno, yo tengo en promedio de 5 a 6 años vendiendo mavice y la gente le llama mavice, pero es prácticamente refresco natural. Hay días que se venden bien, como todos los negocios que hay, días flojos y buenos, pero gracias a Dios uno tiene una muy buena venta. Y aquí Juan Carlos también nos ayuda a través de su caminata que él hace para que el negocio vaya prosperando.
Let's talk about this neighborhood and their history. The name of the Los Pepines came from the first family that established here. Their last name was Pepin, so in honor to them, we have now the name of the neighborhood. They were the first family that established here, that had the first houses here in the neighborhood. And there is also a very famous and characteristic person that was Mr. Pepin. He used to live here also, and he was the right hand of one of the dictators here in the Dominican Republic, Ulises Perox, that I'm talking about 1895 approximately, and he was the right hand here in the Cibao Valley from that dictator Ulises Perox. Behind me, it's the house from Mrs. Almonte and Mr. Almonte. They used to be a very famous couple from the neighborhood. They used to live here, and this house has more than 130 years here in the neighborhood. They used to dance tango, so they used to be a very romantic couple, always holding hands, and lots of people from the neighborhood used to come here to see them dancing and just to have a conversation with them. Here we have a mural about the Carnival from Santiago de los Caballeros. The Carnival of Santiago, it's a very famous event that we celebrate every February here in the city. The streets get full of art, full of people dressed as like this. They are lechones, and there are two typical lechones from the city. They are lechones from the Los Pepines neighborhood and lechones from La Joya. La Joya is another artistic and characteristic neighborhood from the city. And we can see them on the streets with the whip. They have like a very large whip that they sounded on the streets. We are in the recycling point. Now it's closed, but it opens every Tuesday, so people come here and they bring their trash. Inside there is a person that classifies all the trash, plastic, organics, etc. And that's something that for people from the city to be a little bit more, to know a little bit more about the recycling process and get it involved in that culture. That is something really important nowadays. Here we have the kids playing some basketball. This is also the reading point. Every Saturday there is an art school just right on the corner, and kids from the neighborhood come, and here teachers start to reading some books over there in the reading point. But now they are playing basketball. Right now I am with Sus Cancel. He is a person that have been living here in the neighborhood his whole life. So he will be introducing a little bit more about how does this process of street art change this neighborhood and the perspective from the people that have been living here.
Hey, hi, good afternoon. Well, as you know, I've been living here all my life since I was a little baby, of course. And this has changed a lot. Before, basically no tourists came through this place, but now, as you can see, every single day, many tourists just pass by to see these murals, those paintings, you know, that are in every house. So I think this is something that has made an impact on our neighborhood, because it's not only about the fact of people coming into this place and see the paintings. It's more than that. It's they bring economy, you know. So you see the grocery stores full of people. Places like Fernando's, he sells more juices. So I think, yeah, it has created a big and huge impact in our place.
So here we are in another mural that it's about the Los Lechones or the Lechones. They are the most characteristic and the most characteristic character from the Carnival of Santiago. And here we have the Lechones from the Los Pepines neighborhood. This mural was painted by Omar Hernandez, and look how cool, he also muralized the sidewalk right here. So here I am in the Boulevard of Artists. This is like the heart of for artists. Have some drinks, enjoy the nightlife here in Santiago. There are some murals also here. This mural is about the Mother Nature, made by Angelo, a very friend of mine. So here we are in another important mural. This mural it's about the salsa music, the Cuban son. We can see some people playing some instruments related to this very famous rhythm. Listening to Cuban son and salsa music here, it's pretty common, even more than merengue, that is our national rhythm. Okay? We have here another mask from Los Lechones, from the Carnival. Guys, this was such a pleasure to have you here on this tour. I hope you can know a little bit more about the Dominican art and how art can change the perspective of people that lives in a place. Definitely, this cultural route through this neighborhood have changed lots of life here in the neighborhood. Lots of people that have shops, commercials and stuff. They have been earning a little bit more of money with this project. And when people come here, they try to change people's lives here. So thank you very much for doing this tour, for being here, even that you are not here. I know that you will be really good when you come here to the Dominican Republic, and you are gonna see with your eyes how beautiful it's our country. Thank you very much.